Hi friends, this is the story of a boy named Ravi. He was intelligent, full of dreams, but carried a little arrogance within him. He believed he already knew everything about life. But one day, he met a great sage, and that meeting changed him forever. The sage taught him one of the greatest lessons of life, the true power of an empty mind. Friends watched till the end to discover the lesson. Ravi lived in a peaceful village. He was always eager to prove himself. He topped every exam. He won every debate. Everyone admired his intelligence. But deep inside, Ravi was never at peace. His mind was always full of thoughts, plans, and comparisons. Ravi often told himself, "I know everything, what's left to learn?" One evening, in the village, Ravi heard about a sage who lived on top of the hill. Villagers said this sage could reveal the true meaning of life. Ravi was curious about this. With a bit of arrogance, he decided to go and meet him. The next day he went to the top of the hill. When he reached the top of the hill, he saw the sage sitting peacefully under a tree with his eyes closed. A gentle smile on his face. Ravi bowed respectfully and said, "Guruji, I have come here to learn from you. I have studied philosophy, science, and religion, everything. Yet somehow, something still feels missing." The sage slowly opened his eyes and said softly, "Welcome, my dear boy. First you should come and sit here. Let's have some tea." Ravi watched as the sage began to pour tea into a glass. The cup was filled, but the sage didn't stop. He kept pouring and pouring. The tea flowed across the table. Ravi quickly stood up and said, "Guruji, please stop. The cup is full. It can't hold any more." The sage smiled calmly and said, "Yes, my dear boy. Your mind is just like this cup. It's filled with ego, knowledge, and opinions. Unless it becomes empty, no new wisdom can enter." For the first time, Ravi didn't have an answer. He just stood there silent. Ravi's eyes lowered, his mind filled with confusion and realization. After a long pause, in a soft trembling voice, Ravi asked, "Guruji, then how do I empty my mind?" The sage smiled, calm, gentle, and full of wisdom. It was the question he had been waiting for. Then he said, "Don't argue with life. Let go of what you think you already know. You should listen more, judge less, and calm the noise inside your mind. An empty mind is not weak, it is calm, clear, and ready to grow." That night, Ravi stayed in the sage's hut. The gentle breeze brushed against his face. The soft chirping of insects, the deep silence of the night, everything felt new, alive, and beautiful. For the first time, Ravi's mind was quiet. And in that silence, he found peace. When Ravi returned home, people could sense something had changed. He was no longer the same boy who always wanted to prove himself. He didn't argue anymore. He listened more, respected everyone's opinions, and spoke only when it truly mattered. Over time, Ravi became a teacher, not just a teacher of knowledge, but a teacher of humility. His students often asked, "Sir, what's the secret to your calmness?" He would smile and say, "Empty your mind, and life itself will fill it with peace." Many years passed. Ravi had grown old. His hair had turned grey, but his eyes still carried the same gentle calmness. People from distant villages came just to listen to his words. Whenever someone asked for his wisdom, Ravi always repeated the same truth. He would say, "A mind that is full argues, but an empty mind understands. When you let go of ego, you make space for truth. When you let go of anger, you make space for peace. And when you let go of pride, you make space for love." Friends, sometimes we carry too much worries, opinions, pride, and pain. But remember, a cup that is already full can never be filled again. So take a deep breath, let go of the noise within. Empty your mind and, in the silence, you will discover true wisdom. Because peace doesn't come from knowing more. It comes from needing less. If this story touched your heart, don't forget to like, comment, and share it with others. Because sometimes, the greatest lessons are found in quiet minds. Empty your mind and you will fill your life with peace.